Betty, look at this tiny insect on the flower.
Oh, wow! That's a bee, Freddy! It's collecting something sweet from the flower.
What is it collecting, and why?
It's collecting something called nectar. Nectar is like a flower's juice, and bees love it because it's sugary and delicious. Oh, it's so yummy to them. But guess what happens when bees visit flowers?
What?
They get pollen on them.
Pollen? Is that like the yellow dust on the flower?
Pollen is like tiny powdery stuff that flowers have. It contains the genetic DNA of that particular flower. And guess what's really cool? When bees fly into another flower of the same kind, some of the pollen rubs off them and sticks to the new flower. And then it mixes with the new flower's DNA to grow a seed. It's kind of like how flowers make babies.
So, one flower's pollen goes onto another flower and it grows a seed?
You got it. That's pollination. It helps the flowers make seeds or grow into fruit.
Whoa, that's amazing.
And you know what, Freddy? Pollination is super important. You see, many of the fruits and vegetables we love to eat, like apples, strawberries, and even cucumbers, need pollination to grow. Without bees and other pollinators, these plants wouldn't be able to make the yummy things we enjoy. Did you know pretty much all of the fruit we eat came from a flower?
Really?
Yeah, all from flowers. Pumpkin flowers, banana flowers. Those ones are pretty weird. Oranges come from orange blossoms.
I can't believe an orange would grow from a white flower.
There's also apple blossoms, cherry blossoms, jalapeno flowers. Even chocolate originates from a flower. It's called the cacao flower, and it grows into the cacao fruit, which gets processed and makes chocolate.
So, if we didn't have pollinators, we wouldn't have these foods.
Exactly. Pollinators are like nature's helper in the kitchen. They make sure these plants can produce the tasty fruits and veggies we put on our plates.
Wow, that's my favorite treat. So all of these foods come from a flower, and they all need to be pollinated for the fruit to grow.
Yeah, insect pollinators are fantastic for the planet and people.
What about those pretty butterflies?
Oh, I love butterflies. They are so beautiful. The way they evolved is just extraordinary. They drink nectar from the flowers with their long tongues, which technically is called a proboscis.
So, are butterflies a type of pollinating insect?
You are absolutely right, Freddy.
What about this small red bug I found? Is it a pollinator?
That's a ladybug, Freddy. They're like tiny superheroes of the garden. They eat tiny green bugs called aphids, which can do a lot of damage to plants.
Wow! Ladybugs are so cool!
Absolutely!
Caterpillars are neat too, but don't they eat a lot of leaves?
Yeah, they do eat leaves, but guess what? They turn into beautiful butterflies that help with pollination. And even if they don't become butterflies, they're food for other animals, like a snack.
Oh, poor caterpillars.
Oh, it's okay, Freddy. You don't need to get upset. Animals get eaten all the time. It's something that's natural. In fact, without small animals like insects, we wouldn't have many of the other species in the world. Do you know what my favorite type of bug is?
What's that?
Flies.
Flies? Really?
Absolutely. Flies can taste things with their feet, and they come in all sizes, as small as a speck, like a fruit fly, or as long as a Canadian dollar, also known as a loonie, like horsefly, and they can bite. Ouch!
Ugh! Flies like to eat rotting things, right?
That's right, Freddy. They love to eat rotting food, which is why you'll often see them in garbages. It might seem gross to you and me, but to a fly it's super yummy.
Oh, they're like scavengers, aren't they?
Exactly. And you know what else? They love to rub their little hands together while they think of what to do next and clean their little faces and eyes. All the better to see you with.
Wow, flies are quite fascinating.
Flies also love hanging out with their friends and socializing. They like to buzz around during the day and sleep at night. Their children are called maggots, and they look like tiny worms, but they grow up to be big, healthy flies. If they're born on a big pile of something yummy to eat, like garbage or poop.
Flies have quite the interesting life cycle.
Yeah, and guess what? There are so many animals that think flies are delicious, including me.
Thanks for teaching me all this, Betty. I'll be sure to take good care of our little insect friends and appreciate the beauty of nature even more.
You're welcome, Freddy. It's always great to explore and learn about the world around us. Nature has so many secrets waiting to be discovered, and it's a journey full of wonder and amazement.
I can't wait to learn more and explore more of the natural world with you, Betty.
I look forward to it, Freddy. There's always something new and exciting to discover together.